guys, it's Miranda here. We are going to make little mini meatloaves with 2 different sauces. I like ground chicken more than ground beef. If you want to do ground beef, you can. Let's get to it. I'm going to blend up an Old Betsy here. I roasted some onions and some green peppers with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of canola oil. Throw them in there. I think I did about 400 to 450 on Convec. And I just watched it. I like all these brown bits because it's just yum. So I also have a little bit of, I had it fresh and then I froze it. It is parsley and dill. So we're gonna blend it all together so we can mix it in with our ground chicken. Stems are good too, they still have flavor. Add a little bit of salt to get it integrated. A little bit of garlic. Oh, we'll give her a good heaping. This is 3 teaspoons. You can add or subtract whatever you want. If you don't like a lot of herbs or spices, then just hold off a little bit. So we're gonna put this on and give her a zip. You ready, old Bitsy? So grab your spatula. There's long stems in it. They don't zip up. My old Betsy here isn't zipping as much as I want it to, but I can just take those out. I'm gonna throw some gloves on because I don't like my hands getting all raw chickeny or raw meaty, I guess. So here is the ground chicken. So I'm gonna make quite a few mini ones because these are really good to freeze and have later down the road. Just put this all what you made. Make sure you keep one hand clean too. Keep one dirty in case you have to add anything because I still have some dry that I want to add. So I have a little bit of dry basil. So what I'm gonna do is throw it for amount you think you would like. This is probably a good tablespoon of each. And then I gotta get some pepper. And then you mix it. It's quite wet, but because we're doing it in muffin tins, it's all right. I'm not gonna bind it with anything. I like the full meat flavor. Doesn't dry it out. That's what it looks like. So what we're gonna do, so you can spray all your cups. If you don't have this big of a pan, it's fine. You can just use the little ones. Make sure you get all around, not just the bottom. I'm just gonna take them and drop it in. Not too much, because you still have to put sauce on it in the middle of cooking. Probably be easier with a spoon, but I like the hard way apparently. So that's what they should look like. So we're gonna throw it in the oven at 350 and I'm gonna put it in. So I'm gonna do the 15 minutes and check them and see how they are. Since those little suckers are in there cooking, I am gonna start on the sauces. So this is just your normal run-of-the-mill meatloaf sauce. So I have mustard. I think it's about half a cup of mustard, 3 1/4 cups of ketchup, a tablespoon of oregano, 3/4 cups of molasses, tablespoon of onion flakes, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and a little dash of salt. And so that's pretty much what all it is. It's pretty simple. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of vinegar just in case it's too sweet, but this time I'm not. So that is your normal run-of-the-mill meatloaf sauce. This is the cranberry. I'm gonna cranberry orange and a little bit of apricot in there. We're gonna start with onion, because this one we're gonna cook beforehand because you have to cook everything down. Just a rough chop because you're cooking it down. That's about half of an onion. There was probably about half a cup of fresh frozen cranberries. And then you throw in garlic, a good teaspoon and a half. Salt, however much you desire, everyone's different, but just if you can, please add salt. It just gives it so much more flavor. So we have some orange juice, a little bit of lemon juice. So we're gonna add a little bit of ginger. We're not gonna add the sugar yet because it's just gonna burn while it's cooking. Got a teaspoon of ginger. I have clementine, so we're just gonna try that. So give it a good zest in. So see how it comes out. Clementines aren't as potent as oranges, so just add a little more if that's all you have. This is all I have, so this is what I'm using. Take it. All right, so now let's cook it. I have a little bit of cornstarch slurry. I wanted it to cook down a little bit before I added this because I didn't want nothing to burn. So I'm gonna add a little bit of it. Not too much. And just let it cook, turn the heat down. I started it off of like medium-low heat and I just let it go for like 10 minutes. Just be careful because sometimes if it's too small of pot, you'll bubble up. So this is the consistency that I'm looking for. I'm gonna add a little bit more lemon juice just for that end zing. A little bit of basil. Ooh. Bada boom, bada bing. A little bit of oregano. Not much. This is a half cup, but it's not full. This is brown sugar. So I'd say, whoa, about quarter cup. Cranberries are super tart. You have to counterbalance that. A little bit, I'd say like a tablespoon of white sugar. And now, the future presentation. Apricot jam. 1 tablespoon. Depends on how much you like it, like if you really want to taste it. This is also sugary, so just be careful. You don't want to over sugar it. Let's give it a taste. Almost right on. There's a little bit of salt. A little bit more apricot. This is what, the 3rd teaspoon and a half, so a tablespoon, pretty near. A little bit of pepper. Don't want it overly sweet. You want it to balance out with that chicken. And now we immersion blend it. Okay, so these are done. It took about 15-20 minutes. I just kept checking them, making sure like they're, when you push down on that and they bounce right back, they're done. They keep pretty moist because of the juice that comes out of it. That's why I like doing them in muffin tins, because it sucks in all that flavor. So I'm going to freeze some of these, so I don't want to put the sauce on before I freeze it. The sauces will freeze by itself, so put them in a container, throw them in beside it. So I'm going to do a couple for you, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll give this a little whirl. All right, so I had a little bit of the chicken juice from the little meatloaves, so I am gonna throw it in this sauce. Gives it that extra flavor. Now we're just gonna give it a little whirl. So make sure it's down in. If you have it half up, it's just gonna go everywhere. And I sometimes tip it because it makes more. Look at that beautiful color. Because I added the chicken juice, I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Because if you aren't gonna freeze some, then add the sauces like halfway through your cook time, so then it gets all like caramelized and so yummy, and it adheres to the meat. This is hot, so it should be able to cook out the cornstarch. Just taste it. If not, throw it on the heat for like a minute and it should be cooked out. All right, so I am gonna put the rest in the freezer. So there it is, your mom, pa, and your kidlets meatloaf. I really hope you guys enjoy this, and I really hope you like what I've made for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for cooking with me.